Hey guys, welcome back to another video. For today's video, we're going to be teaching you how to properly remove eyelash extensions. Remember that if you would like to purchase materials for either following along and practicing or applying eyelash extensions, you can go ahead and visit our website at www.nanamonabeauty.com. My name is Monica. I am one of the founders of Nana and Mona and also your English version instructor, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Si te gustaría ver esta misma información pero en versión en español, puedes revisar el canal de mi amiga Adriana que va a estar acá arribita. In today's video, we're going to be teaching you how to properly remove eyelash extensions. We're going to be showing you two ways that you can remove them. Either partially when a person comes in for a fill-in session, or completely when you are trying to remove all of them and start fresh. For today's video, we're going to need the following materials: mascara wands, micro brushes, and also applicators. Other materials that we also need are going to be eye patches, tape, remover, and towels. And lastly, our tools will be our tweezers. And you want to make sure that you have a model and that model has eyelash extensions on. For the removers, we can find that there are going to be different types of remover substance. You can use paste. You can also find a remover in gel or any other liquid form, which for those, I would suggest for you to always check the manufacturer's label on the bottle or on the container, because for the liquid form substances, these usually are irritants and can be harmful to the eye. So when you're applying a removal, the liquid can go inside of the eye and this can be painful for your guest. So that's why it's always important to read these labels so that you understand exactly how these materials work. Another thing, it is important to read the manufacturer's label because there you will find the instructions on how to apply that substance and also how much time you need to leave in order for the product to make an effect on the eyelash extensions. Before we begin, remember to have all of your tools on hand. This can be on your cart that is going to be near you because these substances such as the paste can dry. The first thing that we are going to review today is how to remove the eyelashes partially, whether you are going to do a fill or if your guest already has enough growth. We will use the help of the tape. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a double-sided tape that sticks from the front and from the back side. Then we are going to choose the extensions that we want to remove and stick them on the tape.
Pegan a la cinta.
Now that we chose the extensions to remove, we take our applicator and apply the paste, the gel, or the remover of your choice. And apply it on top of the extensions. Once we have already applied the remover on the eyelashes, we are now going to let it act for the time necessary. While the paste remover is doing its effect, I want to tell you or show you the materials that I'm using today for the removal. We have micro brushes and we also have applicators. Both of them we can use to either apply the remover, and also we can use these tools to remove the excess and also remove the extensions. They can have a double use. You can also use your tweezers to remove the eyelash extensions and also the excess. But here you can simply see that we're going to remove the excess, and right away you see that the natural lash comes apart from the extension, as well as the other one. It came off really quick and all of the residuals and excess paste remains on the tape. All we're going to do now is simply remove the tape, gently making sure that we're not pulling on the person, and by using this tape method we are not making a full mess. These are the extensions that we removed. We removed them without pulling or removing any natural lash, which is what we're always aiming for. All that is left to do now is, if we have excess, remove it with the tweezers or with a brush. If you still don't feel comfortable doing it with the tweezers, you can also use a micro brush and just brush the excess off. Or you can use my favorite, which is a micro brush. Now we are going to completely remove all of the eyelash extensions that we have on our model. Normally what I do with this type of brush, I usually apply the remover, and then with the help of the micro brushes, I basically remove the extensions, and also when the extensions are very stuck, I help myself with the tweezers. Now what we will do is, with the applicator, apply a good chunk of paste remover and apply them to the extensions that we are looking to remove. In this case, we're removing all of them. A good tip is to put a good amount on them because we do not want to hurt our client when we are doing the removal, and we want to apply very well over the entire root where they are attached. So we want this to really be full of the product that we are using. This will definitely make it easier for the extensions to fall off quicker and not hurt your guests. I really like to put a lot on the birth line where I see that the extension is stuck, but then again, everybody has their own technique. Just make sure that you are applying where there is a bond between the extension and the natural lash for better results. Remember that for each brand, there is a waiting time for this to fully be effective and remove the lashes. In our case, the time has already been enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my micro brush applicators and I'm going to try to be a little graphic so that you can see how I remove the extensions. What I'm going to be doing is I will take the eyelash extensions, place them in between my micro brushes, and I'm gonna kind of do a little twirl, and as you see, one already came off. One thing I forgot to tell you is that while we have the paste remover, we always have to make sure that we have a little towel or something disposable where we can apply our extensions or the excess paste. It can be a Kleenex or whatever it is, but this is where we're going to be depositing all of the eyelash extensions and the excess that we remove either with the tweezers or with our micro brushes and brushes. So let's continue removing because I personally find this to be very satisfying. Again, I'm going to place my eyelash extensions and kind of twirl them around with the micro brushes. Let's do that right now. You place them in between your micro brushes and twirl them around, and there we go. They come off really easily. This is when you have the application of the remover correctly. You'll find that when you just give them a small little twirl, they'll come right off. And even if some are not ready, you would just let them sit for a little while longer and work on the other extensions. Again, we apply the extension onto the micro brush and it pops right off. Once we remove these extensions, we want to neatly place them onto the towel and continue to remove. One cool trick that you can do while you are removing the eyelash extensions with the micro brushes is doing this movement right here. We're going to basically hold the extensions with one applicator, and with the other micro brush, we are going to kind of do this gliding position to remove them very easily as well. Another thing that we can do is grab our tweezers and kind of place the extension in the tweezer tip and gently pull upwards, and this should remove the extension very easily. So I'm going to do this one more time so that you guys can see this example. We are going to place the tweezer and gently pull, very gently, on the extension until it glides right off. As you can see, there is nothing stuck to it. So I showed you how to use a tweezer, but when we're using the tweezers, we have to be very, very careful, because when you do the maneuver of pulling the natural eyelash, they can either fall, or if you do not have so much experience, you can pull your client's eyelash, and that is very painful, believe me. So the brush, the micro brush for me is much better. It is more practical and less traumatic. one thing that they can do is they can basically support the eyelash with one hand and with the other do this motion, and as you see, that's so easy to remove. This obviously is if and when you have applied enough eyelash extension remover in the correct place, which is the bond of the natural lash and the extension. But look at this, this is just so easy to remove. It should always be a very relaxing process for your guests, and she should be very calm at all moments. So we are now free of all of the extensions. All that is left to do now is to clean the remover. We can do this with the mascara brush. First, you can remove the excess. I usually do it this way, and when you're doing this, you have to be careful not to open the client's eye or get the substance into the client's eye. We can use multiple brushes, either mascara or the micro brushes, but what I normally do is I remove a little of the product and then ask my guest, once I remove the eye patches, to wash her eyes. That way, when she comes back, they are super clean and ready for the next application. Another thing that we need to realize is that we must follow the instructions of each supplier of their products, because sometimes if you let the paste or gel spend a lot of time on the extensions, it is going to dry and it is going to be harder to remove, which is going to irritate or just bug the person that is on the chair. We don't want this process to be painful at all, and we want the eyelash extensions to fall off really quick and not get inside of the eye. We always want to remove this as quickly as possible and send your client to wash their eyes. Or, as we spoke in older videos, if you don't want to send them to wash their eyes, you can always grab a brush and do this process yourself. And well guys, that was it for today's video. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought. Let me know any other topic suggestions, or simply just say hi. We're always happy to see your messages. If you found this video to be helpful, don't forget to give this a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!